came across this person. Hold on, champ. I came across this person right here, champ, and I was like, yo, this nigga look just like DJ Akademiks, champ.
Nah.
Who the hell is this, champ? But there's many Akademiks out here, champ. You just gotta open your eyes and read between the lines. Alright? That was my son Fatademics, champ. You heard? But this is what they saying on his paperwork. So they saying, well, this is where the paperwork start off from right here. It says, or after SR's death, the release of the song after the murder gave defendants fans fodder to associate him with the unaliving. So they saying that the song after the unaliving, it made the fans believe or associate him more with the unaliving, right? So him claiming the body, it made the fans believe that he did the body. A claim that defendant himself seemed to admit during an interview on a popular podcast. Champ. Now, is this the highlight of these guys' careers to be mentioned but not tried, right? But mentioned in somebody's paperwork?
Crazy, right?
Yo, bro, it's crazy. His name is Famertube, nasty word. He be on YouTube and look just like that. Yo, bro, crazy. He was in front of Diddy courthouse talking to a lady from China. Bro, I seen, son, you know, I want to just only live around cream cheese and, you know, the hood and like just talking the rhetoric, bro. I'm like, oh yeah, this nigga definitely Akademiks, bro. This is anybody that resemble Akademiks definitely has a strong, passionate hatred for the culture, champ. You know what I'm saying? Facts. But yeah, it says that so the song plus him admitting, I said seem to admit. That's what I'm saying. The defense may be able to try to kung fu karate chop this right here, right? Seem to admit during his interview on DJ Akademiks. As to prejudice, defendants claim that the lyrics were one of only two pieces of evidence that the first superseding indictment cited against him completely disregards and belittles. Didn't I say this? Didn't we say this? Mm-hmm. Didn't we say this, champ? I remember saying it, champ. I remember saying it.
Right.
I said, bro, the feds are going to be tight. Y'all think that's the only evidence that they got is that song lyrics and all that? Y'all bugging. Right. I remember when they took the song lyrics out of the case, it was a lot of you podcasters, a lot of you content creators. Y'all was out here saying, oh man, Durk about to walk. Durk about to walk. Nah, champ. Those are just one part of the whole thing, right? They got other evidence or alleged evidence, right? But they feel belittled, all right? They feel belittled. And it says the FBI's single reference to defendant's lyrics is an introductory allegation. Champ, there's more. It's crazy. The lyrics is just the introductory allegation. Cause no prejudice considering one, the numerous material allegations that defendant directed this revenge unaliving and the grand jury's confirmation when it returned the SSI that defendant was charged for his murderous conduct, not his lyrics. The court should deny the motion to dismiss. Champ. May 2023, defendant appeared on a well-known podcast where he tactically, that's crazy,
right,
admitted his involvement in the unaliving of SR, which is Lil Pab. Specifically, after being asked about his rivalry with TB, which was Tiberius Taequanius Quando Rondo champ, right? I believe, right? In a response to the interviewer's question about whether defendant was triggered by the slide for Vaughn comments. Champ. Oh, man, bro. And you talk about you love Lil Durk, bro. Akademiks. Where my son Akademiks at? Akademiks, bro. You acting like you love Lil Durk, bro. You acting like you Lil Durk friend. It's diabolical to try to get somebody locked, because that's what we've been saying y'all been doing. Y'all been trying to get these guys locked up. And now all of a sudden, Akademiks, your name or your episode is described, because this is the exact episode, is described in FBI paperwork against Lil Durk, champ. Hit that like button, subscribe. We're gonna get into this content, see if he's making any sense about 1090 Jake, man. I had a bad feeling about 1090 Jake anyway, champ. So this should be interesting. Hit that like button, let's get it.
Over the past couple of years, I know many of you, like myself, have been wondering, what is up with Jake and the Island Boys? I mean, as much as some of y'all may dislike this 1090 Jake Exposed series, we have to acknowledge that 1090 Jake has been consistently riding the Island Boys for about 4 years now. Well, I decided to look into it. And while 1090 Jake appeared to be pressing a line, what I found was that he was actually staying true to his agenda to bring down gangs and drug operations. So on today's episode of 1090 Jake Exposed, I will be breaking down how 1090 Jake used exposing the Island Boys as a cover-up for his role in helping to dismantle the Florida chapter of the Sex Money Murder Bloods. After Jake made his appearance on the news in what was clearly a third-party cooperating move to stop the prison drug operations,
I was trying to shed light on inmate deaths in the system and how many overdose deaths were being reported as natural or accidental. I was sent videos by current prisoners who couldn't get the message out, so I used my platform to be their voice.
The Florida Department of...
You use your platform to be the voice of that was telling, champ. You did. I remember that video. You was on the news talking about how the drugs was getting into the jail. You was telling them, oh, the COs be bringing it in and da-da-da-da, and you know, they be boofing it and all that other shit. This is what you said. You played video. You did this.
Corrections would stay true to his word and take the matter seriously, causing them to shake down many prisons, and that would lead to the discovering of a lot of contraband cell phones. Those contraband cell phones would turn up a lot of information.
This is, yo, Byron Blake, you right. You may be on to something, champ. It's not coincidence. You start getting shaken down, and you did, bro. I remember when this happened. I remember when it happened, because I covered it, bro. You was on the news talking about how all this contraband get in jail and how it's bad. Really took for what it was and started shaking down. And they did discover a whole bunch of cell phones and shanks and drugs, champ. Now, what I wasn't thinking at the time was what's on them cell phones. Right? Like, damn, what type of information is in all of this contraband? It may be letters in there, kites. It may be all type in there, champ. And you telling as a gang member. So allegedly, you're telling. So I believe Byron Blake is on to something with this one, champ.
Information will be used to aid the state and federal authorities with launching investigations into several different organizations that had a presence in the Florida Department of Corrections, amongst which were the Sex Money Murder Bloods. Florida DEA ATF Special Agent and Detective Danny Polo, who is also working as a gang expert on the YNW Melly case, and also the guy that 1090 Jake wants us to believe only mentioned him in the YNW Melly case because he's a crazed fan of Jake. testified that while working as a gang specialist in the organized crime unit, he worked on prison wiretaps cases. He listed multiple different organizations, but he emphasized that he worked on a big wiretaps case involving the Bloods.
Like, yo, bro, right? So who would you think runs the contraband in jail? Like who would have first dibs, or who would be making that happen? Probably the GBs, right? Probably the heebie-jeebies or the Woods, or it's some sort of organized thing.
Right.
This is not just people just making it happen, doing no. It's what he did was he had them shake down whatever gang or whatever set of people was running that contraband ring. You got to go through somebody to make it happen, champ. You know what I'm saying? You know how to go. Ain't nothing coming in jail if it ain't through me. So what he did was exactly what Son is saying, bro. Now, was it intentional? Did he intentionally do that to make them shake down the prisons and get specifically the sex, money, murder set in trouble?
Right.
Around that same time, Polk County, which is a part of the multi-jurisdictional gang operation that they have down there in Florida, announced that they had just done their first gang wiretap case on the sex, money, murder Bloods. Detective Danny Polo joined the organized crime task force in the year 2018. 1090 Jake's YouTube channel, End of Sentence, was started in 2019 and immediately became a treasure trove of information about the Florida prison system and how the gangs operate within the Florida prison system. Detective Danny Polo also testified during the Y&W Millie trial that when he's asked to conduct a gang investigation or review a case to be prepared as a gang investigator, the first thing he does is look for any and all publicly available information that he can get without a warrant, such as pictures or videos posted to Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, because people usually wear distinctive colors, clothing, or throw hand signs that make their affiliation identifiable. So it should come as no surprise that while Florida investigators were investigating Florida gangs that were operating within Florida prisons, that they used a Florida-based YouTube channel that gave all of the ins and outs of Florida prison and Florida prison gangs.
That makes sense. This is convincing. That makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense, champ. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. This officer says that they use social media posts and things like that and videos to gather information on certain things without getting warrants, right? So let's just say a person is investigating Lil Durk, right? And the little pop shit. What they're gonna do is go on social media before they get any warrants or anything like that. You know, they got to do the investigation. So they're gonna look at whatever post, and then they're gonna go to YouTube and put in Lil Durk's name. Oh, by golly, what's gonna pop up? Music and interviews of him violating, and
Right.
you know. But in this case, they're saying that these officers used 1090 Jake's information that he was putting out on his page to take down said sex, money, murder set.